Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be changing the oil on the Yamaha, and your filter will vary depending on how your bike is set up. As you can take a look back here, there's a cover, and that cover is where the filter will generally be housed. So you would have to take off the exhaust, things like that, but luckily this bike has a relocation for the oil filter, which is great. So you don't have to worry about disassembling a lot of stuff. It's pretty much like a one beer job. You will need some clearance under the bike to be able to get like a drain pan or anything on like that underneath. So I'm gonna try to balance it on this jack stand here that's made for motorcycles. All right, I got it jacked up. It took a little bit because it seemed like as I was lifting it up, it wanted to shift its weight to the other side. So what I did was I put a piece of wood across the frame of that jack, which is up underneath the bike there. Seems to be holding it pretty steady. So I'm not exactly gonna trust it 100%, but it might be just enough to drain out all that oil. So the drain plug is gonna be facing towards the left side of the bike. Well, I'm just gonna be using a rubber mallet to hit the end of that wrench as to not rock that bike too much, just in case I don't want it to fall. All right, here it goes. That was stupid easy. I'm gonna put on Mama's kitchen gloves for this one. This is the first oil change that I've done, and that oil looks super clean, so I guess it wasn't needed, but better safe than sorry, I guess. I went ahead and unloosened the filter. It sits right here in the front since there is that relocation kit. Otherwise, you'd have to remove the exhaust to be able to get to where the filter is on the side of that crankcase. Now that the oil is pretty much drained out, I'm going to put that plug back in. And I ended up using the same filter again. I took it out, dumped out the old oil, put a little bit of fresh oil in it. I don't see that as big issue since that oil was so clean anyway. I ended up buying the wrong filter. I bought the one that's supposed to go internally, not thinking that had that external kit as you see there. And then when you fill it back up, it's going to go in here, and it's going to take 3.1 quarts. All right, I'm going to fill up the oil now. What I like to use, I actually go to the dollar store, and sometimes I'll pick up these funnels. Just make sure they're clean. They come in a pack of 3 for $1 in 3 different sizes, so you can't really beat it. Use one for oil, use one for brake fluid, use one for whatever. It works out perfect. It's great. So I'm just going to go ahead, fill that in, 3.1 quarts. As for now, I got 3 quarts in there. I'm just going to leave it like that, just for now. And I'm just going to constantly monitor the filter and the drain plug for leaks. So I got the drain plug on there very snug. You don't have to like super over torque it. Once it hits kind of tightness, you just give it just a little more push. And same with the filter, just get it on hand tight as you can get it, and it should do it for that. Right, got it capped off, everything's nice and tight. So I'm gonna lower the bike down, let it run for a bit, and I'm just gonna monitor just about every part of this that could potentially leak, which pretty much is the filter and that drain plug. Just letting the bike warm up again. I did run it before changing the oil. So that way the oil will heat up, get all the contaminants out. But as you saw, that oil was really clean. So, I mean, even if it is clean and it's been sitting in there for a while, it's best to still change it. Like I've said, I had this bike for a year. So you're supposed to change your oil every 3,000 miles or perhaps every 6 to 8 months. So since it's been almost a year, it was definitely needed, whether that oil was dirty or not. So I think the only 2 things I have left to do is check the coolant, like maybe do a coolant flush because of its age. And I just need to check that air filter is where, well, here's the air filter housing on the right side of the bike. So there's 3 bolts that hold that in, and then you expose that air filter. This air filter looks really good, so I'm not going to change that out. I've never seen an air filter look like that before. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to like clean up around inside here. And I'm not sure what part this is, but you can probably look it up online if you do need the air filter, but that's where it will be located. So I'm just going to pull that out, just clean up inside there. Upon further inspection, I think I might go ahead and replace this. It just seems this foam is just falling right out. It's falling apart a little too easily. So that's a little unnerving. That's something you definitely don't want going inside your combustion chambers. All right, so putting the cover back on, I don't think it matters how it goes. It's all the same as long as the bolt holes line up with each other. There is no up, down, left, right, A, B, start here. Everything looks nice and dry up under here. So just wipe everything down, that way you know you start off clean and you can just monitor if anything drips, might make adjustments or whatnot, tighten things up, or see why things are leaking. So just keep an eye on it. Alright, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed that, learned something from it. And if you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate that. And I'll see you on the next one. This is Chemical Spore. Out. Alright, so putting the cover back on is just simple. It just slides over what you bolted back in. And I don't think it really matters how it goes on as long as the bolt holes just line up. You motherfucker, you.